that day we found out he had Downs, we're like, oh, what? We had the option for him to give for adoption, which was sad. It's like, I don't understand how they could give these kids, even termination is an option when you do find out you're having a kid with a disability.
A few days after she was born and receiving her diagnosis of Down syndrome. So I remember those days just thinking everything that I had planned, including Catholic education, marriage, independence, going to college, all those dreams that I had for my future children, somehow I felt like they were not going to happen.
Y ya sabíamos que nos iba a esperar algo muy difícil. Para mí, pues era la razón de estar aquí luchando en este país por ella. Y voy a estar hasta que Dios así lo quiera.
As good Catholics, we don't believe in abortion. We want to have these children, but then why is it that when you want the same as the other children to come into a Catholic school, why do we say no? Why not give them a little help? Why not have them come into a regular environment with the rest of our children?
The main reason we chose Catholic education for Lily is because of our faith. We know that our faith teaches that every life is sacred and unique, and therefore, if Lily goes to a Catholic school, we'll know that she'll be treated with respect and dignity as a person.
Down syndrome doesn't change anything about a person. They just look a little different.
Everyday Catholic schools unknowingly welcome children with various learning and behavioral needs simply because they don't look different from their peers. Unfortunately, children with Down syndrome are not afforded the same level of grace. The physical manifestation of Down syndrome presents itself in a very obvious way. And with that manifestation come various assumptions. There is no equity in the admissions process and comparison, and there is a broadly generalized notion that we cannot serve their needs. It is time we dispel that myth.
If a parent comes and they let that principal administration know that their child has a disability, and the only thing that school does is, give an admissions test, then they haven't done their due diligence and they are discriminating.
What mom wants even more than grade level standards, which I think is a fear some principals have, that they're not going to be on grade level, that's not a concern to mom. What mom wants is what every single mom wants for their child, and that's to be loved, appreciated, included, and respected.
Ella tiene un cariño mutuo con Sister Stacy, porque cuando no la mira afuera, Luisa no quiere entrar.
From the moment she walks into the school, how she is full of confidence when she goes into her class, and then she takes out her backpacks and pulls her books on her desk and her lunch bag. I see that, and for me it's a big success.
I am Mass and my friends and my sister and Rain is Bonnie.
I remember her struggling just to write a word, a phrase. She's writing sentences now. She would read, certain words here and there. Now she reads books. She speaks in sentences.
I like her school siempre me mía. And Miss Ray's the best hug. And I like my teachers.
And who is your best friend?
Jenna.
Jenna?
They just want the experience to be with other students, just to play with other students, just to be able to open a book like another student. This mom said to me, Miss Martha, it's the first time she calls me mom. It's not about an A in academics, it's about saying mom. And when you see their smiles, when you see them coming to you and hugging you, that is priceless. And to say that I could have said no to that.
When we read that one gospel about Jesus said, "Let the children come to me," I can't help but think that if Jesus had to choose a child, it would be the most vulnerable, because he always responded to the most vulnerable. And to me, it would be that child with Down syndrome.
My brother, he was very involved in the religious ed program and wanted for his son very much to have First Communion and to have confirmation. But in a parish, oftentimes, unless they've had a child that has had a disability, and if you don't fit that mold, suddenly it really did become a struggle.
Where we're driving, she leads us in prayer. To me, I love to hear her pray every morning. That's my start of the day. With that, I'm blessed.
They do religion, of course. That's like his favorite subject.
He just catches on and he starts praying. He starts
sings
being the altar boy.
pen.
In the last 6 years, I've taught about 4 students with Down syndrome. My first experience, I was scared, but it was just about like teamwork. I learned that what works with one student works for all of them.
But it was scary, I'm not gonna lie. And then towards the middle of the year, it was easier because I felt like we were getting it, but I do have to give lots of credit to her mom. We did modifications here and there, and I just think it worked, so.
I think all the training you need is to have empathy and patience. I would love for them to continue their education in, a Catholic high school, especially with their peers.
Nadia's ready to go to high school on her own?
Yeah, she's very brave and strong. I think she can do it, but we just gotta teach her maybe a little, like, how to, because all the classes and lockers and stuff like that. But I think she can do it because she's really strong and she knows how to do a lot of things.
A fear that I've heard from other principals is if you take this child, parents are going to take their children out, thinking that you're going to spend more time with this person's child and not mine. And I experienced just the opposite.
What you get in return for what you're giving up or what you think you're giving up is going to be so much greater. My daughter is a better human because of the experiences that she got here.
A student with Down syndrome comes in halfway in between the school year, and those kids were, fighting and bullying each other, and it just changed the whole classroom environment where they became more caring.
Before I met Eddie, I didn't know about Down syndrome, like people with Down syndrome that much. And then when he came into my life and he showed me everything that he could do, that's when I learned that even people with Down syndrome can do the same thing as you, and sometimes they can do it better.
What's your favorite game, sport to play?
Handball.
Basketball?
Yes.
When I took Louisa in, Louisa needed a lot of help. I went into the first grade teacher, I explained the situation, and I said, "What do you think?" And she said, "If that was my niece, I would want someone to say yes."
Catholic schools are grounded in the mission of the Catholic Church that is universal and all-embracing. In the same spirit, it is time that we include all learners and serve all of God's children, not only because it is necessary, but also because it is possible.